Off and on the clock, week 8 DFS on Underdog. Myself, John, and Nez, we are going to go through this slate, do an overview of the games, go position by position, talk about the macro strategy on the slate, as well as our favorite sleepers, and scroll the F down, guys. We'll then do some drafting and our small field contest. We'll get the Deposit Kingdom and the Badge Bros Brawl going. We'll check in on the Dawg Bowl 12-person draft strategy, and then we'll wrap up the only way we know how, building some spicy pick'ems. I'm Pete. This is Off and on the Clock. Let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Week 8 feels crazy to say. You guys are starting to double dip in the hoop streets here with some big slates and a lot of action going. How are you guys handling crossover season?
I mean, it's been awesome, man. Honestly, like, it's just so nice to, like, you know, be able to turn the page and like not like ruminate on like bad beats and decisions and things like that. Cause like I've, you know, in before hoops, I'm a lot of that is kind of like messing with my head and messing with like my decision making that I make. And now that I have kind of hoops process going on, overlapping with my NFL stuff, it kind of helps me tilt less and like really focus on like what I know, just like on some like genuine sincerity stuff. Like I was really kind of playing a different game than I usually play last week and the week prior on Underdog. And I've been having good sweats, but like hoops really helped me kind of like get back to like what I do well on the platform. So all that to say, I think it's been a nice refresher. Genuinely, no bits from me. I'm feeling great.
No, I agree with you, Nez.
Good.
Yeah, it has been. You know what? It's been really good for the mental reset, Pete. Like we've been quite outspoken that the first 7 weeks of NFL, you know, they've been gone really well for the community, but not as well for maybe the three of us that we would like. And the mental reset aspect of like, hey man, that would have been 1 week of NBA, and it's just the fact that it's drawn out over 7 real life weeks, and we put so much time and effort into talking about it multiple times a week, this sort of thing. Hey, it was just 7 slates. Let's turn the page here. Like, I wouldn't be beating myself up if I wasn't winning an NBA over 1 week sample. So let's just keep going with this.
Yeah. No, it's so funny how that works, because sometimes you need the change of pace. And I even remember, like, when I started playing hoops last year, I liked kind of bringing my football brain over to it a little bit. Like, there were things I thought I could apply. There was obviously stuff I had to relearn and not bring over. And then sometimes you just want to be absolutely dialed. And I don't know, there's, depending on where you're at, you know, if you're one of our guys like David here in the chat, I saw he was gifting memberships again, who's just on fire. This guy, I was going to say, he probably shouldn't even think about NBA. And then he's posting screenshots of NBA. So if you're as hot as David is right now, play every sport. You should be begging Underdog to release underwater basket weaving on the site or whatever else they can get. So you could crush in there, David. Congratulations. Well, good stuff. Also, shout out to our buddy Mike Zakarian, NBA head, finished, was it second in the BR for 5K last night?
Yep.
Very nice. But this is a hoop show. This is an NFL show. And
yes.
We are going to we have to cover a little extra ground, right? Because you guys are normally doing a preview of your own earlier in the week. Hoops threw you guys off of that schedule. So why don't we talk some macro game environments here on what I think we all kind of agree is a pretty condensed slate.
Yeah. I think like for whatever reason, man, this slate for 6-person drafts, I am really struggling to find the scroll candidates at wide receiver. And, you know, maybe if you run the tape back the last like 3 shows, I've said that every single week, but I'm finding it difficult to scroll at wide receiver. This week, there's a very, I think, obvious good scrolls at running back, given the way things have shaken out throughout the week that have opened up really strong value, and ADP hasn't caught up to that yet. And wide receiver, it's just really hard to get there in draft games, man. There's just like such clear and obvious spots for wide receiver that, you know, given the game environments, it really kind of funnels you to one spot. And man, there are just like, I love this week personally because I have like a few games that my sights are just like set on, and I know I want to play these spots, and I can get it. I can get like 4 pieces of every lineup that has like some of those game environments in them. So like I'm really enjoying my 6-person drafts right now.
Yeah, I like it. Sorry, go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask what you're seeing, John.
Oh yeah, I mean, I see more like this is gonna be weird to say on our site because it's not something we normally preach. I see a little bit more of a game slotty, or like onslaughty game environment kind of mindset this week, particularly in the 12s. Like I'd be pretty happy getting like, as Nez is alluding to, getting super concentrated. I'd frame it as like getting super condensed around like one isolated variable because I lack confidence so greatly in the other variables I'm trying to stack together, if that makes sense. So if I just get one thing right, I want it to just like bring everything along for me. It's a little bit more of a redacted brain mindset for me this week. Almost got home last week rather, with like the double Eagles stuff, like just picking a spot like that and playing like a double stack that nobody's ready to get to. We've been very preachy, and a lot of the data backs it up to, play some naked quarterback spots and play that sort of stuff. If I don't play naked Lamar, or if I don't play, naked Josh Allen on this slate, I'm pretty fine getting to like some weird constructions of double stacks and stuff like this to just play like isolated avenues of like 5 teams. That's it, kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's tough. And normally, like, one thing I've been thinking through, like that specific dynamic of like when to just shoot for the nuts and play things naked with very little correlation, and when to lean into double. And I actually wrote about this in my Fantasy Life article. Is like, to me, the price is like so important when considering the double stacks. And like you, my best BR lineup last week was a Hurts premium double, but like Devontae Smith was 6% owned, and neither Hurts and AJB were even 100% drafted themselves. And that's the spot where I start to look into it. Whereas this week, it's like, if you want to do, say Dallas double stacks, it's like, there's nowhere to do that without any ownership discount. And that's where I kind of shy away from it. Not to say it can't hit, but it's just like your path to first place is so much more crowded if at least one of the pieces on the double stack isn't really low owned. That's just kind of how I decide, like, hey, do I actually want to dabble? And then the other piece of it is I would prefer for one of the double stack pieces to be the tight end, because the barrier you have to cross for a tight end score mattering is so much lower, where I actually thought the Eagles were such a unique situation last week to have 2 wide receivers on the same team who are both low owned to be able to go for 20 plus. That doesn't happen that often.
No, especially from a Jalen Hurts led team. Yeah. Crazy.
What are some of those game environments you guys are looking at? I mean, if we're, setting the table, obviously this Ravens-Bears game, Lamar coming back, 49.5 point total. And then this Denver Broncos game, everyone is into as well, 50.5 total. Been picking on Dallas, Bo Nix coming off of a monster game. And then you have a couple of the monster team total games. Bills, obviously, versus the Panthers, and then the Colts versus the Titans. So what games are jumping out to you guys?
Yeah, I'll start with a game that I think you didn't mention, and it's Bucks and Saints. Super excited about this one, man. You get Baker with Ibuka and Tez, and expecting some concentration on Ibuka here. Potentially like a nice K. Dotton scroll at tight end from the Buccaneers side against the Saints defense that we've been picking on all season long in a dome. And then you have the Saints on the other side against a, what has been typically a pass funnel. But Vita Vea is questionable right now. Vea is questionable. So we kind of have to keep a close eye on that. And really, regardless of him playing or not, we have what we expect to be the most concentrated role we've seen yet for Alvin Kamara, unless Devin Neal steps up and takes on the full role of Kedre Miller, which I would doubt. So there's just so many exciting pieces in this game that like I am taking at least like 2 players here, seemingly like every single time when I draft, just thinking this game can absolutely go off. And I think it's the Spencer Rattler effect that's kind of keeping things down, because we haven't seen the results from him, but the play has been fine. It's been absolutely fine. And I really like a lot of different elements of this game, man. This is like my game of the week.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, I won't fight you on that one. I built a Baker double this morning of the contrarian variety by mixing in Kate Otten. I think Kate Otten's a little underpriced. Yeah, shocking development. John mixes Baker doubles.
No way.
Yeah. Hey, and you brought up Neil there. What if my boy Taysom just gets a couple extra carries in and around the goal line here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I a couple of the spots that I was looking at were like quarterbacks going completely undrafted that could push game environments more than we're giving credit to. The first one was Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, with like getting like a like double scroll, like, QB 21, wide receiver, whatever. He was like ADP 32 or something this morning. If you do something like that, like we've seen this with Deontay Johnson and one slates with Deontay Johnson plus Adam Thielen plus Andy Dalton, like a couple years ago. Like, I know as much as you like Bryce Young and like him in the red zone, like he's bad. Like I want to push this with the Andy Dalton narrative here a little bit and see if something gets unlocked. And then the other one was the Flacco stuff, just doing some Flacco doubles where like people are just going to over and over again play Jamar, who's like my 102 or 103. I'm just going to jam it this week. And then find some running back scrolls more because I like the floor ceiling combination of that relative to any other wide receiver that's available this week. But just then being the guy who adds Flacco and Gesicki or adds Flacco and Higgins or like something weird like this where all my points come tethered together.
Make sure you're adding Noah Fant, right? With those.
Oh,
stacks.
sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Not Gesicki. Yeah. I got too excited right there.
There you go. Yeah, I like those games as well, and I love the shout out of the Flacco with Chase. We've mentioned that meta hitting multiple times where the high end 100% wide receiver drafted goes, and then no one's selecting them with their quarterback. Obviously, Chase can kind of even half point PPR scam his way to a big game, but man, if he's scoring a couple touchdowns and shattering the slate, like Flacco's going to go for 25 plus in those scenarios. So I like that call a lot. What are you guys doing? Anything? It's impossible to ignore the Colts team total in this spot. Probably the most efficient, wagon of an offense we have. Everyone very excited to take Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren, but we're not back to that mess of Downs, Pierce, Pittman, and then what do you do with Jones? Do you guys have any love for those undrafted pieces?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, Daniel Jones is right outside that top 6. So it's not like that deep of a scroll, but I do feel like it is a scroll because this is like the strongest top 6 of quarterbacks that I think I've seen in a while, where like, why would you want to scroll after like Josh Allen, Lamar, lock him in, Jalen Hurts, lock it in, Nick's in a massive game environment where he just put up 1 million points, lock it in, Baker in this spot, like Dak, like it's going to be so hard to like scroll. And Danny Dimes is just like an awesome scroll because it's just like leverage off of Jonathan Taylor. Like it's the most obvious leverage spot in the world. And now obviously the probabilities of that happening are, that's why Jonathan Taylor is, 101, 102. But like given this game total and like you can do whatever you want to the Titans, like I think Daniel Jones makes like a lot of sense. Like he could actually, like if they get at the goal line, it could be Daniel Jones running it. Like it's not that improbable.
Yeah, well said. I've been kind of scrolling past it just because I thought it was like that weird little hybrid zone of like it's going to garner a little bit of ownership. So why not just go one bridge further? And like the run out isn't as clean. Like if I'm playing Daniel Jones, I'd actually probably prefer to just play it with Tyler Warren or just play it naked. Like I'm a Michael Pittman bull, but like the volume just like hasn't been there. And even if he like, maybe scoring one touchdown and getting 80 yards is enough on a 10-game slate where we don't like any of the wide receiver plays, but that's probably not true in the 6-person. So I was kind of getting out of the Danny Dimes skinny stack stuff, and I was playing like either the elite wide receivers with full scroll downs or doing like a scroll down skinny stack to close that is like just double leverage opposed to leverage off of a previously drafted piece.
Yeah, I think best way to play Dimes is naked because the majority probably pulling up this 33.8 ADP are Tyler Warren drafters would just be my guess. And then if you are backstacking, I'm facing the same dilemma. Like when Downs was out, I'm like, all right, I can get on board with Pittman there, but with those 3 back, it's just so hard for any of those guys to clear 20 points. And like, sure, it's possible. Like Alec Pierce can catch 2 long ones. Like I can certainly see that, but that's still a play you're doing like once or twice in a 150 set. So I do think the more we talk about it, just like dimes naked in hopes he gives you like a poor man's version of what Bo Nix did last week. Yeah, he's not going to get to 40, but he could get to 30, rushing 2 in and spreading the ball around.
Yeah, I like that take. Guys, can I ask like a macro game environment one here where there's only 10 games on this slate. We're dealing with all the buys. I'm thinking to the Pick'em Dawg Bowl week where none of the chalk touchdowns hit and a 22xer gets us home. This slate has very different implied totals and team totals and game totals than a slate like that did that had as few games on it, right? Like that was the only other 10 game main slate we've had thus far this year. The others have been 11 or greater, like that, just because the international, whatever. Okay. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. Does that like skew your guys' mindset that like this week will inherently be lower scoring than the other weeks? It like just like in general. So like what we need out of our last flex is like less so than previous weeks? Or do you think the plays are so strong on this slate and like the potential like ceiling scores, right tail outcome stuff is so strong that shouldn't matter even though it's a shorter slate?
I feel pretty strong about my flex positions.
Okay.
It kind of tapers off fast, but
yeah.
I do feel pretty strongly about these teams that I'm putting together. So like, yeah, I think on the whole you should expect a decent amount of points to be scored. There's just like there's just eruption spots here, man.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted
I think it's going to be a pretty high scoring week personally.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a volatile week just because we don't have a lot of spreads that indicate shootouts, but then there are these offenses and configurations like if, the Panthers are able to hang with the Bills and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Panthers run defense a little tight. Let's let Josh Allen cook. And all of a sudden he's going nuts. Like this Ravens Bears game, if Caleb can all I care about in this game is like, can Caleb play good? If Caleb can play good, this game is going to get nutty for sure. Obviously that Tampa Bay one you mentioned in the dome there in New Orleans. So yeah, I'm with you that I think there is some potential for stuff to pop off. What other like quarterback takes like do you guys have here?
I just had one I wanted to get off my chest when you brought up Josh Allen. Did you guys see the stat floating around this week of touchdowns greater than 15 air yards? Or sorry, 20. It was 20 air yards. Since 2024, he has one of them. And before that in his career, he had like 23 or 24. So just like push it, like the fact that like basically overlapping with the OC change, the Brady era there, that he hasn't been pushing the ball downfield and they've been way more reliant on run, his legs, and like low ADOT stuff. I just found it really interesting.
I mean, it checks out.
Points. He still
that absolutely checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, from like a QB standpoint, Caleb, I think just like makes like too much sense from a scroll here. Like at ADP 35.4, like that, it's almost like kind of shocking that he's not QB7 in my opinion. To me, that makes him like price adjusted, like the best scroll, and I don't think it's close. This game's going to go crazy. The Bears are decimated defensively, so they're going to get scored on at will. It's Lamar, it's Derrick Henry. They can't stop the run, and now they're down. They have one starting corner healthy. This game's going to go crazy if Caleb, like you said, can do his part. Or, I mean, like we'll get to running backs, like the running game does something. But like Caleb, I think makes a ton of sense here. The only other scroll I could give is Rattler, but like, man, it's so hard to like say that and like believe it because like we don't have a fantasy score over 20 from Spencer Rattler. But like, I don't know, man. This is an immensely better spot than he's been in weeks past. Like he's faced the Pats, the Giants, Buffalo, Seattle. Like now he finally gets to face the Bucks, and like we've been happy with his play. So like Dawg Bowls for sure for Spencer Rattler. Like I really do like that game. I already talked about it, but yeah, Caleb for me, man, is just like the scroll if you are getting past that top 6.
Yeah, I like that shout there. And as Caleb was on my short list as well, I'm very Lamar pilled this week. Like I'm like if I don't get Lamar, I'm scrolling kind of thing relative to the ADP and the price point that people got him earlier in the week with the Q tag in the 6-persons. So like I've been doing Lamar or scroll, and it's been leading me to like some funky stuff. Like I said, like I've done some naked Jackson Dart stuff. Like he has a decent start against Philly in recent memory. They're going to be without corner help yet again, that sort of thing. Adoree Jackson, which might be a bad thing that he's missing this week. But yeah, then I've done the Dalton thing. I've done the Flacco thing. And then, if you want to go another bridge further, go to the CJ Stroud stuff. It's really thin this week in the 6-persons though. So like, I either think we're going to get like an upper echelon slate breaking score that's like a have to have it from Lamar, or, you can hold water and you can get like some contrarian points down here.
The one name we haven't mentioned that I'm into as well is Drake May. He is quarterback 8. I think he'll end up, sub 30% owned. I think I'm just like, these are the kind of spots now where, Drake May, like in a perceived good matchup, like the field would draft him as like the QB4, if he was playing the Saints again or something like that. I get that Cleveland isn't, the juiciest matchup in the world, but May has now shown us, I think with his skill set and just the deep balls in the running, that he should be in play every week. And then the other thing that's really attractive to me about it is we've seen these weeks where Stephon Diggs gets pushed up to ADP 20, Hunter Henry's tight end 4 on the slate or whatever. And now they're just complete afterthoughts. Stephon Diggs's role has been like moving in the opposite direction of like his ADP. It's like his role's getting better and his ADP is going down. So I'm in on Diggs this week. I've not been in on Diggs once this season. I'm in on it. I'm in on Hunter Henry. Like the fact that all 3 of those guys are outside the 40% draft window at each of their positions makes it a very intriguing stack for me to slice up.
Nice one, man. Yeah, it's bullish that Diggs got that full practice in today too, because he was carrying a little bit of a potential Q tag, which might have suppressed ownership for you. But I'm going to start mixing that one in now that you've brought it up as well.
Yeah, just like macro, just real quick. Patriots are getting home some way in this game, and if it's not Drake May doing it via arms or legs, then like I kind of think going back to the Ramondre well, where people have this like a fair perception of the Browns defense, but like it kind of doesn't matter because like they're bad and they're big dogs here. So like anytime that kind of shapes up where okay, you got a home favorite by over a touchdown, like I'm gonna like the starting running back who's getting the lion's share of carries. Trevor Harrison is not even being talked about of like working back in. So yeah, Patriots in some form or way, like min 1 Patriots for like a couple of runs probably makes a ton of sense.
Nice.
Yeah. I like that one. Any other QB thoughts here before we move over to running back?
Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, like if you wanted to go like the Penix through the air narrative, just because it pushes back on the Bijan stuff, and London's getting drafted all the time, and nobody's pairing him with him. I mean, I could see it, but like I think he's legit questionable, and it's scary.
Yeah, I guess like it's not the worst thing in the world to you click him on a few of your London teams, and if you get swapped to Dimes or May as naked Dimes or May, like it's pretty clean. So I don't mind that. Man, I'm just coming off of a show where Unicow was selling Jet stuff, and I was trying to think through it through the lens of Underdog, and I'm like, can I do a couple Tyrod Taylor to Mason Taylor stacks? Because I mean, obviously the pricing dynamics and the scores you need are just completely different across the two sites. But man, he was getting me excited about the Jets, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, maybe my takes are a little redacted brained right now with like trying to play all these punty quarterbacks when I should just be like jamming some of the more of the studs there. But you piqued my interest here with the Tyrod. I didn't see that segment, so yeah, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah. All right, let's head over to running back, and I do really think this is like the rare week where running back is arguably the deepest position. And I feel like most weeks are always flipped. Hey, ton of quarterbacks, ton of wide receivers, ton of tight ends. Obviously, we've seen some price corrections. I mean, Rachaad White's opening ADP was hysterical to open the week. He's now up to an ADP of 20. But there are still guys. I mean, Nez was mentioning Ramondre, clear-cut lead back on the Patriots, 35.9. Alvin Kamara, clear-cut lead back on the Saints, ADP 35.8. Even the Dobbins, Swift's price is still kind of crazy to me, coming off of RB5, RB6 weeks back here at ADP 34.4. So I'm starting on the back end just to kind of illustrate how deep the position is. But we also have just mega studs in dream matchups at the top. Certainly wouldn't fault people for starting the majority of their drafts running back.
Yeah, I think that's how the field's going to push. Like the field in the majority of the rooms that I'm seeing is a 3 out of 6 drafters have filled their running back slots before they touch anything else, i.e. their running back and their flex. So that's the way the field's going. That's the way the projected points should go. That's the way the models will send you. So I guess introducing some leverage by being the guy who scrolls at running back makes a lot of sense this week.
Oh yeah, I mean, you kind of laid it out perfectly, Pete, in terms of like how deep this running back slate is, and we're very much aware of the ownership discounts that you're going to get on these guys, and man, it's so deep. Like, I mean, Rico is a bridge too far in 6 persons. Like, I like him in 12 persons, where like it's way different roster construction, but like Chase Brown, you can get to in a spot where like the Bengals might actually like kick some ass here. J.K. Dobbins against the Dallas defense like could make a ton of sense, like where we expect a lot of scoring there. I think my favorite is DeAndre Swift though, against the Ravens, where that's kind of been a little bit of their MO is like, hey, like we're running the ball really well. Let's just continue to do so. And Swift has been good back-to-back 100-yard games through the ground alone. He had 175 scrimmage yards against the Commanders, 138 scrimmage yards against the Saints. Like they're running the ball well. And we knew coming into the season that Chicago had a strong line. And I mean, they're opening holes for Swift. So I think Swift makes like a ton of sense as a scroll in a game that could get really exciting and shoot out. He is going to be involved in a big way in this one. Like no matter how it goes for Chicago, like Swift is like right now like their main option.
Yeah, I like that shit. As I like the adjustments they've made to allow him to run outside zone the last 2 weeks there. I don't know. Like Roquan Smith being back is a little scary, and the fact that Kyle Monangai cut in a decent amount last game are both kind of scary. But yeah, I like it at the price point down here, especially with that Q tag on it, where it'll keep people's eyes away. But I like all your guys' scrolls so far. Like I would throw Brees in the mix, but he's right there as well. I'd say the one deep scroll that I haven't seen anyone click yet that I'm interested in the 6s is Woody Marks. I think he's like, you can argue that being favorites in this ball game is bad, but like, man, that San Francisco defense is so banged up. We played that narrative in the Primetime Palooza last time out, and it didn't go well for us. Salah just had a defense that was able to sustain without Fred Warner, without Bosa, without Lenore, like all these guys. But I don't know if that can hang on forever there. So I think he's game script agnostic. They came out of the bye and fed him 63% of snaps. Like, I like him. I think he's talented. I think he can be on the receiving end in a depleted week where they have no Nico and no Kirk as well. Woody Marks is my scroll in the 6s that nobody else is scrolling to.
I hadn't really considered him much, but I love the thesis just with them being depleted with no Nico and Kirk. And I don't think Hutchinson is good. I don't think Higgins is ready. I think they like Noel, but like that still leaves plenty of room, especially if the Niners get a lead and they're having to throw a little bit and Chubb gets scripted out. So yeah. And we've seen the ceiling, right? We saw what a 25-point game looks like for him. That would never generally be my knock. But if you're going to catch 4 balls and, can take one of them to the house, I don't mind that call. I'll give a little sprinkle of Woody Marks to the portfolio for you, John.
Thank you.
Schmo talking about Judkins here says feels crazy, maybe, but is Judkins ADP way off? His volume right now is elite despite the bad matchup. I think the problem is where his ADP falls, kind of in this threshold of he's going to be drafted at a higher clip than the Breece Halls, the Swifts, and some of these guys we're discussing. And so if Judkins was part of this group, he would probably separate. I I think you could argue that he's just on the fringe enough. Right now, I'm seeing some projected ownership like sub 50%. So if that holds, I could see it. But it's obviously not a great matchup.
Yeah, it's kind of not the way you attack the Cowboys. And like last week was very unique in terms of like he had 17 carries before halftime there, right? Like I don't think they're gonna run it back with sorry, I said Cowboys. I don't think they're gonna run it back with that same kind of game script in this spot, right? Like that was very unique.
Yeah, Steve, we haven't mentioned Javonte yet. Again, similar deal. I've clicked Javonte. He's when I go wide receiver to start, and you're kind of flipping the build, so to speak. I like to get one of like the Rashad White, Javonte, Breeses, and then maybe I do like a secondary scroll in there. But I like Javonte, man. I mean, he's their entire running back offense. You get the revenge game narrative here, and even though Denver isn't the greatest matchup, I think you're just kind of playing for this game to go bonkers, and Javonte Williams gets 2 touchdowns, which we've seen him do plenty of times.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. This slate is so deep that there's like 15 running backs, 16 running backs that I think are like very, very clickable, and a max 12 go every draft. So like, man, it just seems like a big time 2 RB week where you can really just kind of get creative on which of those 2 you'd like to have.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. And that's why I do think flipping the build and thinking about combo ownership for running backs is pretty interesting this week because, say we were talking about Judkins and Javonte both being kind of like on the fringe of ownership. I'm guessing Javonte Judkins pairings will be very low owned together because most people will already have selected a running back by that portion. So I think you can think through some stuff like that. That might be a fun way to get into some of those fringe ownership guys is just play them together and really lower it combinatorially.
Yeah, like if you're the guy who takes like Jamar Igbuka at the front end of drafts and then goes 3 scrolls at like tight end and 2 running back, like you're instantly unique.
For sure. Do you guys any thoughts on the high end? I mean, I don't have too strong of takes up here other than I am kind of starting to push Henry and Barkley over HN and Cook a little bit. That's kind of my one. Otherwise, I'm just trying to get heaps of all these guys.
I agree with you, Pete. I had Henry as RB3 this week and was trying to pair him with a wide receiver at that 106 quite frequently. I kind of like Jonathan Taylor as RB1, just given the matchup. And now Jeffrey Simmons was like the only dude I ever cared about on the Titans as a run stopper. And now he's not going to play this week. Like the Taylor role to me is better than the Bijan role. I know we love the matchup. That could age terribly if Algier doesn't play. But if Algier plays, I think I like Taylor more than Bijan this week.
Yeah, I don't think it's a crazy take. I prefer Taylor to Bijan too, but it's close. Because like, yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of anybody other than Taylor. Like I heard Amir Abdullah's name last week. I think like twice. I was like, what? Like I kind of got a jump scare from him. I'm not used to hearing anybody other than JT. And if things get off the rails, like it could be Tyler Algier vulturing. So like that does like definitely scare me in terms of range of outcomes there, where like I do prefer JT in with this massive team total, 2 touchdown favorites. Like he to me just feels like the way to play it. But obviously Bijan is like such a sick play though. Like obviously we're not saying that.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Chase is kind of like how I have it, and then I go CMC, Henry, Lamb, Igbuka. Like if I just ranked it out how I want it.
Yeah, the Chase stuff is definitely good. I've still been drafting it mostly to ADP just because I mean if you do play it that way, like you could really end up with like 5% CMC. And I guess I don't know if I have the stones for like that big of a fade. But I certainly like the Chase stuff. So I've just been kind of drafting it at the, normal frequency. All right, let's head to wide receiver. Really, really tough week at wide receiver. I think everybody likes Lamb, Chase, and Igbuka up top, and then like question marks abound And the scrolls are just like really weak. Like after Tetaroya, there's projection darling Jalen Waddle. Nico's not going to play. You're into like Diggs, who I do like, but then like you are quickly into Tez Johnson, Shaheed, Shakir territory. These guys that we would basically never want to get to because they just haven't exhibited, a 20+ point ceiling on a predictable basis.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm struggling so hard to scroll at wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think just in terms of like plays that I like relative to ADP, I think the big three for me, who I would have as like my wide receiver, call it 6, 7, 8, is like Olave, Flowers, and Devontae Smith. They're too cheap. Like it's not like our usual scroll segment here, but these guys are too cheap, just point blank, period. Olave has had one of the, the best roles as a wide receiver, got home against the Bears, fully expect him to get home again against the Bucks. We talked about the injuries to the Bears secondary for Zay Flowers, getting Lamar back at home. Enough said. And then Devontae is a really interesting one because they keep saying AJ Brown's going to practice, but like, dude, or he's going to play. He hasn't practiced at all with a hamstring. Like, I think we're going to get some bearish news on this AJ Brown stuff. Don't know for certain, but even if he does play, like, is he going to be a full 100%? You don't see guys with hamstring injuries not practice and like play, period. Like, let alone like have, a sample to even like be totally bearish on. So like, I think Devontae Smith is like very, very interesting because he's already been like 1-for-1 with AJ Brown, if not better than AJ Brown this season.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I still like one thing, and maybe this is stopped. I'm guessing it stopped after his practice, missed practice today. But like even this morning when I was doing drafts, I was taking AJ Brown as like the last pick in the draft, and Devontae would be like undrafted. And I just basically felt like if I had that block, I would just always click AJ Brown, knowing like Devontae's going to be the top of my swaps, like by projection, if AJ's out. So I still was trying to protect against that a little bit. I don't know how you guys think about that, of like how much, even though the tea leaves say AJ Brown isn't going to play, like how much you want to take that stand. Like, do you like Devontae Smith at a near 100% ownership clip if AJ Brown's out?
I think you kind of have to in this spot. I'm not really looking to Devonta Smith as like my ownership discount guy this week. I'm looking him in the same vein as Nez is, as like, this is just flat out mispriced relative to how he should or could project. So like, yeah, I'm not looking for the same thing as I was looking for last week. If I'm looking for what I was looking for last week with Devonta, I'd scroll like, way further kind of deal.
Yeah.
Permission to scroll way further?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. You always got something for us.
Okay. So if the game plays to total and pushes pace, as Nez was talking about with his favorite game of the week, Tez and Shaheed feel good. Coleman, if you want to break the narrative of like Josh Allen throwing downfield, like I think it funnels primarily the big play. Like I'm looking for like explosive game moving, like push pace environment guys. You could play whack-a-mole with the Broncos guys. They're always in play. Darnell Mooney, if we get Kirk at quarterback, like this sounds so crazy, but like they had a huge rapport last year, and like all of the hyper London like concentration has come with Penix at the helm and not with Darnell Mooney there. Like I low-key like Darnell Mooney in that game environment as a scroll this week, 1 week removed from the injury, and Rashad Bateman as a potential pusher. Hopkins has been sick all week. Everybody wants to play Flowers. Just skinny stack Lamar with Bateman as a scroll.
I don't mind it. Yeah, JM nice put like if you think about like the type of plays, like he's Rashid Shaheed with Lamar, he's Alec Pierce with Lamar. It's like the same type of play. And like, those plays always feel like a teeny bit thin, but you're really just getting into that game environment. And I've been struggling to find the way to get into that game in a unique way on the Raven side, outside of picking Andrews or Likely. That, you whatever, scratch off the tight end position. Maybe one of those guys scores the touchdowns, but Bateman's kind of an inspired play there.
Not bad. Another way to get unique with it that I don't think a ton of people would do would just be pair Henry and Lamar. We've talked about that one on the program before, how it's not nearly as negatively correlated as like Hurts and Saquon are. I'm not pounding the table for it, but just another contrarian angle to the Lamar stuff when they're both like 100% drafted.
One other one that I'll throw out there that I actually do like is Dart and Wandale. It's going to be hard to sell anybody on Giants against the Eagles, but it was hard to do that against the Broncos too. And they kind of went out and surprised people in that one. They've been surprising people week after week, and maybe they turn into a pumpkin one of these weeks. And maybe it's in Philadelphia against a division rival. Like, it wouldn't surprise anybody. They're 7-point dogs, but like Dart, it doesn't matter how you slice it. Dart has been really, really good. And the Eagles have not been really passing the vibe test. They really kind of got by kind of closely to the Vikings. It was sort of close there at the end. I understand that this Eagles team this time around is way, way healthier than it was the first time they played, and they're not at MetLife anymore. But I don't know, man. Dart has been making it happen, and Wandale has been a big part of that. And like Slayton being back, I think, I'll cope and say it only helps Wandale that there's another option out there, because it's still been like, Wandale's been Dart's guy. So I think that's kind of a very interesting way to play it around a bunch of chalk, is like 1% drafted guys.
Yeah. No, I've been basically trying to, I think you can try to recapture the magic of last week's like Eagles, Addison type stuff with Wandale Robinson just being the consolidator. And the nice thing about Wandale Robinson, I think relative to these other scrolls, is he's kind of the best of both worlds in that he has a good downfield role, but he also can consolidate targets. So like he can give you deep shots plus 10 targets, which you can't say for a lot of these other guys. And like, even if AJ Brown doesn't play, like the Wandale Devontae Smith pairing is just so nice, because you just see how that speeds up the game.
For sure.
I also think too, John, you want to talk about like double stacks that I think you could do at low ownership. I mean, the Dart Wandale Theo Johnson, I think you could do something like that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty fun. And I mean, like Dart had a bad passing game against the Eagles the first time out, and it was like only his like second career start ? I think maybe second or third career start. There, he didn't have really much to work with, and I think he's kind of like evolving a little bit now, right? So and he still scored. My major point was he still scored 19 fantasy points that given week. So even if you just see like an uptick of like 50, 40 yards and one extra score there, he can give you a viable score with that tethering of a skinny stack and or double stack.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about guy in passing yards per game leader in the NFL prior to last week, Mac Jones? If we get Mac Jones starting this week to go to like his favorite target, Kendrick Bourne or Kendrick Bourne rather.
I'm pretty off it.
Yep.
There's too much like, why is that going on with this one? Like they're dogs against the Texans. And the Texans just have been really, really strong against the pass, with a great front. I'm off this one, man. This one smells funny to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Juwan Jennings is also kind of my thing with Bourne is I kind of always liked him when Jennings was off the field.
We just got AJ Brown listed out officially.
Okay.
Sorry, I needed to. Get out in front of that, because they've been saying all week, he's going to play. He's going to play. And then he never practices. Jesus Christ.
No. So where do you, not that it really matters at this point, but I mean, Devontae Smith probably closes around George Pickens' ADP. He probably has another like 7-8 spots to move, don't you think?
Yeah.
He's, as far as like where I would rank him personally, I'm sort of off London. This Miami game, I don't know how it's really going to shake out. I think they just like crushed. So like Sutton I like right behind Sutton for me.
Yeah. I think gun to my head, like I think you could make the case he's the wide receiver 4 after Ibuka. I was just saying where I think his ADP will actually settle.
Sure, yeah. As far as like where it can actually go, how much ground can it make up? Probably Pickens. But in reality, he's going to be like,
nobody holds the line like the Sutton Bros. I'm telling you, they will not let this guy slip.
465-1, no matter what.
It's like the core this week. Then
I just had a flashback to. I mean, even last year when things are going well, it was just like any slate I lost, it was because Terry McLaurin was just fucking burying me. Like he had an ADP that was like 8 spots higher than I was ever willing to pay. It's just like red zone, 80-yard touchdown, 80-yard touchdown. It's like, God fucking damn it.
PTSD, man.
That's what Sutton's gonna do to me this week. Now I'll have a little bit of Sutton, but man, like it is such a. I just feel like it's way too frothy. I feel like it's mapping on like wide receiver 1 to quarterback in good game environment, as opposed to like who are the guys that can actually consolidate, actually have an alpha game. I just feel like if I'm paying a top 15 price, like I want a 25-point like game in these outcomes. And I don't know. I just feel like this system with Peyton, man, it is just it's a communist distribution of targets. And I just don't know how Sutton can pay that off, but those are going to be famous last words.
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, Bo Nix goes for 39 fantasy points last week, and Sutton just gives you exactly what you'd expect, like 13 fantasy points, right? Like the ceiling tethering there isn't 1-to-1 for like the Daniels to Terry stuff that you were referencing killing us last year. Like I see it as like so hard for Sutton to kill us. I don't know.
Man, they're playing the Dallas Cowboys, guys. Like, what are you talking? Come on. I mean,
but they were playing the Giants last week, and Bo Nix had 40 points, and Courtland Sutton could barely sniff anything.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely like I do not like how hot and cold he is. Right. We have 2 games on the season now where Courtland Sutton has put up 2 and 1 half-point fantasy points, respectfully. But every other game he's been pretty damn solid. And maybe he doesn't kill you, but like I also like guys that can help me. And I think he can certainly help your lineups like more often than not on a slate where, you know, we all kind of agree wide receiver is like kind of shit.
You know how Courtland Sutton helps you? He gets you to draft Bo Nix in week 7, who then gets 40 points and scores enough for both of them. That was the greatest thing Sutton did for people last week. My God.
Yeah. Fuck Bo Nix. I hate that so much. That was like, I still do not know how that happened. But and just real quick.
Yeah.
Man, AJ Brown being out. What percentage of the Eagles' targets is Devontae Smith going to get? Because I don't know if you guys have looked at the target distribution. It's hilarious. It's all AJ Brown, all Devontae Smith, and then like a crumb for like Jahan Dotson. Like, and then obviously we have Dallas Goedert. Like, man, is Devontae Smith's going to eat this week? Is he not? Like,
he is.
Unless they just squeeze the air out of the football and they are actually good with the run game for the first time this season. Like that's the counter. But
the way Devontae doesn't get there is just he doesn't score a touchdown, right? And you get the Goddard and Barkley stuff at the goal line, obviously the tush push too, and he goes like 8 for 100 and scores 14 points. You know, like that's probably, but that's like a nice floor. That's a nice floor to like re-roll the touchdown.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the fact that the Giants are so banged up too, like Burns was DNP limited with a hip. Yeah, man. This is really kind of shaping up my ranks here big time.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move over to tight end here. You got Warren at the high end. Kittle finally flipped Ferguson in ADP. Obviously, Goddard's going to be on the rise here a little bit, although I don't know if he'll flip Ferguson. That would take a lot. And then you're into kind of just scroll territory. I think it's going to be really spread out from here. Otten, Kincaid, Schultz, Pitts, Andrews, Ingram, Henry, Fannin. Njoku's questionable, so we'll see what happens with the Fannin stuff. And now Loveland is on the radar with Cole Kmet out. And I mean, I could keep going. Dio, Mason Taylor, Jawan Johnson. I'm sorry, I don't think the Taysom Hill's a thing, but tight end's pretty deep.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as top heavy as it's previously felt, where it's like you have like the upper echelon smash spot guys that are going to give you like 12 to 15 no matter what, and then everybody else has to play catch up to that threshold. Like obviously the guys at the top are good, but introducing Lamb back into Ferg's life there, like the Goddard stuff is going to rise a little bit there. Kittle just came back and he had a clunker in game 1, so people aren't as confident with it. So it does feel like a decent week to scroll. Schultz should get a little bit of a bump here, and his ownership will be suppressed with the Q tag. My favorite name that you threw out there was the Mason Taylor one. I mean, he has the Q tag as well, and he's way down there. So if I was going super scrolling, I think it's Mason Taylor as my favorite as the super scrolls, but we don't necessarily have to get that far in the sixes.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? I feel like the projection darling is Schultz, and his ADP has come up a little bit, but I still think he's going to be relatively capped. And I mean, I did a few Dawg Bowls. I took him with I think the very last pick in the Dawg Bowl. So even in a projection heavy format, with like people just don't want anything to do with Dalton Schultz. I do like him just vacuuming up all those targets in the absence of Kirk and Nico.
Yeah, me too. He's had a pretty solid role so far this season too. I mean, 6-5, 6-5, 6-5, 10-9 in his last 4. That's a very solid role for tight end, especially when like you're really just trying to get yourself a floor this week. If you're not drafting Warren, Kittle, or Ferg, or I guess you can throw Goddard into that conversation as well. But outside of those 4 who are like the clear top 4, it is pretty flat in deep, and I don't think that's necessarily like complimentary. I think there's just a lot of like meh guys that I can like kind of get excited about. The one guy that I have been getting excited about the most is Evan Ingram. Just looking at that game with Dallas and Broncos, obviously expecting a lot of points. Like I was shocked. Like the total I think went up like 3 points over the course of the week. I was like really kind of shocked at that. His volume has been strong. 7, 6, 6, 8 in his last 4 for targets. He does have a touchdown in there, has a rush attempt mixed in there as well. And those past games were against Giants, Jets, Philly, and then the Bengals. So obviously the Cowboys are generationally bad defensively, and they will hopefully push the pace on offense as well. That like, man, I think Ingram can be a really nice scroll at like very, very low ownership, obviously.
Yeah, I hadn't given him much thought, but with all of my Sutton hatred, maybe
sure.
I should be giving some thought to.
I would.
Yeah,
I would.
Pat, our guy Pat Moore talking about Jalen Knoll circling back to wide receiver. I think just too thin in the 6-mans. I would say, again, I've only done a handful of Dawg Bowls, but I think he'd firmly be on the radar for like a 6th round Dawg Bowl, though.
For sure.
I like that. You guys ready for the super Dawg Bowl scroll?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Andy Dalton, baby, unlocking our boy JT Sanders. Back and forth affair here. Potentially no Matt Milano, no Taylor Rapp on the other side. Like, give me a little bit of this one.
The split though with him and Tremble was pretty bad last week.
It's awful. It's true.
I guess you did say it wasn't going to be pretty.
It wasn't pretty at all.
It was his first game back just to like really get some cope in the veins there. It was his first game back after an injury. So like, let him ramp up a little bit, man. Let him ramp up a little bit. Dalton likes his tight ends.
I can't even say this with a straight face, but if like John's just going to show off with the super gross plays, Calvin Ridley's out. Titans or Colts are more weak against the tight end than most other places. I think you could do worse than Chigakonkwo. I don't know. I can't even say that.
I thought you were going to say Gunnar Helm.
I know.
Thought you were going to say Gunnar Helm.
Speaking of rookie tight end touts, Nez, I firmly have in my ear from last week when you mentioned Gadsden. So that was a nice call on there. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. That won me a little bit of money. So that was nice. He's the truth, man. He showed it again last night too. I mean, he's a beast. I was gonna. I mean, I've been obsessed with this guy, man. That's what's.
I'm just cracking up at this comment. Duccaneer says that's when you star, walk away, and then come back shocked that you ended up with Sanders. You have to trick yourself.
Yes, it has to be a happy accident, or maybe not so happy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, this was probably the longest position by position and overall game breakdown we've ever done, but we were going to leave no stone unturned here for the people.
Thank you.
You guys ready to start doing some drafting?
Yeah, let's get
Absolutely.
into it.
All right, let's see here. Lobby is packed. We got our usuals here, the Deposit Kingdom Weekly League and the Badge Bros Brawl. We'll start here with the Deposit Kingdom League, as usual, $10 3 max contest, 1,104 entries, 1K to first. I will review these winning teams on the Portfolio Review Show on Monday mornings. We should also mention, since normally we've been simulcasting this show this week and probably going forward just on my channel as to not cannibalize our own views. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Badge Bros channel. Like we mentioned, they are in crossover season now. They are covering hoop slates. You guys got a lot going on over there. I'll let people know what they need to check out as far as hoops and other NFL content.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be doing hoops almost every single day here, and we'll be doing all the primetime Palooza slates coming up. Monday will be hoops and primetime Palooza, and usually do a definitive preview on Wednesdays, as Pete alluded to. But going forward, I think we're kind of be pivoting off that a little bit more, focusing on the daily slates, and then doing the majority of our football stuff here.
Yeah, that does appear to be our plan. It had a nice turnout for the first week of hoops in the chat. It's always fun to kind of chop that up, and for content wise, it's nice to have brand new slates to talk about every single day. So appreciated the support that we got on the first week of hoops, and think we're going to listen to the turnout.
Beautiful. Yeah, the hoops enthusiasm is great to see. And the NBA continuing to stay in headlines, drawing interest. What
happened?
So, I don't know. I think it was just, there was a clip of Wemby going around and he looked 8 feet tall. And
that's true.
It's 9 feet tall up there.
Pepper Tony Pete, can you use your extensive poll to make Underdog bring back the cover 4 contest? It's funny you say that, because I noticed that the other week too. I was like, oh yeah, where did the cover 4 go? My thought would be, let's fill all the contests on the site, and then we will have some leverage to strong arm Underdog to add more.
Yeah, vote with our dollars here. That's right. Inspired me, Pete. I need to stand up on my desk too.
It's a long show. We got to stretch it out here. All right. Ashton says Devontae Smith, breaking news, just went top of the 3rd round in a Battle Royale. There you go.
That checks out. Oh, what a gift.
Right. Jamar Chase.
Let's get it, baby.
Do you guys want to just completely plan this draft out and do a Flacco premium double with Higgins?
Oh my God, yes. Are you kidding me? Can we play Mason Taylor or Brees on the other side too?
I think so. I mean, what was that? Wait, is the infamous JBB week? Was that the Flacco doubles?
Yep, sure was. Amari Cooper, Njoku, and Flacco.
In the week I won, DeBomb last year was just the Joe Burrow premium double with Chase and Higgins. So let's bring all of that together into Flacco doubles here. I think we probably end up scrolling at running back. Do you guys want to grab Igbukah to pair with Chase and T?
Yeah, I'm surprised Igbukah isn't like jumping off the page in terms of projection right now. Is he?
He's a cut below Chase and Lamb, but he's closer to Lamb than either Lamb and Igbukah are to Chase.
Okay. Oh no, did we just get bad Mason Taylor news that he's unlikely to play? That Q tag is going to be real here.
Dude, if so,
wow.
Where do you see that?
Yeah, I'm looking at my news window here.
Michael said it.
I don't know.
Also,
StreamYard. Michael?
If StreamYard's listening, bring back the old screen names. What's going on with this stuff now?
That's not StreamYard. That's YouTube.
Oh, it's a YouTube thing.
What thing, John?
That everyone's names on the side have changed now.
Yeah,
it's so weird because like before Big Alphabet bought YouTube, that's how usernames used to be displayed. And then they made you put a real name. And now they're like going back to the I don't get it. I don't get it.
Huh. Wait, who bought YouTube?
Google.
Oh.
I missed that.
Groundbreaking 2004 news coming across my desktop right now. I have no idea.
Oh,
and John, you're not going to believe who bought Instagram.
Yeah, we're going to have our new, after Scroll the F Down, we're going to have mergers and acquisitions here on Off and On the Clock.
Hey, that's why I watch Clay on the Billy Betts stuff. Stay up to,
I think getting Warren on the Scroll Flacco and Scroll running back lineup makes sense. What do you think?
Yeah, John can stomach it.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm going to ask you guys a question from a correlation angle this week. Are you guys comfortable pairing tight end plus your running back or running back plus your wide receiver in isolated game environments? I was just staring at Rashad White there with Igbuka.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and for sure with, like Titans team total or Colts team total, you can do it. We're going to be scrolling regardless, so let's just make sure no funny business with our T Higgins here. Yeah, so you're talking like Warren and JT, CMC and Kittle, that kind of stuff?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I like it the most with Henry and Zay Flowers, where it's like those two, it's like Lamar not rushing and lots of points are scored, and it's Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers.
I mean, that's a good take because Lamar doesn't rush inside the 5 anymore.
Yeah.
People forget.
Yeah.
I'm cracking up because I just got a tag. David is running with my underwater basket weaving joke. Sorry, guys. Couldn't say really. I had to go draft some of the requested UD underwater basket weaving contest. That is an incredible
dude.
logo.
How did you so
Warriors. UBW League Friday made slate. Nice that we're getting 7,500 entries here. 2K to first.
Wow.
Interest is
with 20 max entries. You know how many unique users we gotta have interested in basket weaving?
Oh my God. Yeah, I like it, John. I mean, it's the same thing kind of how I feel about double stacks, where I don't mind it with the tight end again, right? Because like the cannibalization is less of an issue where we know that Warren and Kittle can be the slate winner at 13 or 14 points. And like JT. So yeah, I don't like, it's one of those funny things where I don't like seek it out, but it doesn't really bother me, especially times when I see Kittle fall, like, and I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm going to grab Kittle at pick 30 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. There's the new Goddard price tag. Did we see where Devonta went in this one?
Let's see here. He went, pick 14, Baby J.
Yeah.
Top of the third.
Gun to your head, who scores more fantasy points this week, London or Devonta Smith?
Devonta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mooney's back, right?
Yeah, that London roll just like isn't that strong. And if Penix is banged up, like it was so strong when Mooney was out, and now it just looks so different.
This is what we were talking about with how the slate goes this week. So I took Flacco here. Both ideological reasons, but also literally every team behind us is already maxed out at 2 running backs. Not that anyone's going to snipe naked Flacco, but it just goes to show this week, people are going to be done at running back. Like Javonte, if we didn't take Javonte, I guess Hop Grower could take him. But look at all these running backs who are going to go undrafted in these contests.
Checks out, man.
Which running back do you guys like for this Joe Flacco premium double with Igbuka and Tyler Warren?
How does Brees not just have like 6 receptions on the run back here?
You want to just pile into this game?
It makes sense theoretically here. I think Swift would probably be Nez's favorite play.
Yeah, I'm cool with Brees though.
Yeah, why don't we do it? All right. We'll pile in to this game. Brees, you're lucky Brees got a short memory.
Yeah. You're lucky Brees is still there. I would have been pounding the table for Woody Marks.
Oh,
Oh my god.
We finally got Woody Marks week, boys. It's happening.
Flacco team got to tack on Woody to a Flacco team.
Please save that for the contest with 50,000 entries and not 1,000 entries, John.
One of Pete's 3 bullets.
Yeah.
Man, last week in the DeBomb, I ran 4 Hertz stacks. I'm thinking about just running 4 Woody Marks this week.
Did you crush?
No, I didn't catch a single one.
What?
Yeah.
How many of them did you have?
After
did you have any? Did you have a double? A Hertz premium double?
No doubles, just
Okay.
skinnies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And probably more AJ than Devontae?
Only 1 Devontae, 3 AJs. Yeah.
Okay.
And the
you
problem
must
was
have
I
whiffed
played
at your other picks.
Well, I rolled no 101, so I had no Taylor. And then I played more Lamb than the field, or tried to, or I played Justin Jefferson on the bring back off of it, and he killed like all my shit.
Gotcha.
I had an anti-Brees stance on here last week. Did I not? Right? I was. Or
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you capitulated into bomb.
I did.
Yeah.
Or
Classic
Brees
Des
Hall
hedge.
teams into bomb, because I was like, well, he is being drafted below his projection, and everybody has him projected high except me, and I better just listen to everybody else. And the bottom 4 bomb teams of mine: Brees.
Look at you guys just ripping in like heavy exposures into bomb. 4 Jalen Hurts and 4 Brees Halls. You guys are
That's
mad at
The
it.
problem is I do
baby.
them all in succession, and then like I just have a take in mind, and then I just like.
Dude, I'm the exact same way, Nez. I do them all Sunday morning, and I get take locked on my own gal brain shit, and I just go like, "This is the play. Here we go."
That's
ideal.
so funny because I'm like the opposite. I'm a victim of the swinging too far of like being way too diversified and being like, I like this play. Why am I just willingly clicking off of it just to have a different
Right.
guy in there? All right, we're in the Badge Roast Brawl 3-person draft. We got the 101 Bijan, JT,
Chase.
CMC. JT, Chase. You want to do Chase?
Yeah, Chase in this contest.
All right.
The running back slate is so strong, and you only take 6 of them in this. Like, just take Chase first.
Yeah, I like that.
What if Chase just gets 25 targets again? Is it 25 or something? 23?
There's no way he could get 25 targets in a game. No way.
It's impossible.
If he gets 23 targets, I'm going to feel bad about putting T. Higgins in that stack, I will say. Igbuka and Lamb go. What do you guys want to do here with this next spot?
I want to windmill CMC and Derrick Henry and get.
I agree with you,
around it.
Nez. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. CMC falls here with the wide receivers getting chased.
This is the first time that we haven't like drafted a 12-person team in the Badge Roast Brawl.
That's right.
The irony in Go Cards in the chat saying that the new masterclass video led by John, how not to min cash and have fun. Like, that's literally the thesis of the entire Bad Bro show. And then in the masterclass, I actually wrote the segment on the value of min cashing. The irony.
I imagine John, like the way John progresses through like the contest is he drafts a team in the big BR and then he goes through and drafts the exact same team in every progressive contest until he's down to the DeBob. He's like, I got my Woody Marks, Joe Flacco double in every single contest.
You would not believe how accurate that is, Pete.
All right, what do you guys want to do here? Definitely, I think a scroll at wide receiver. If you wanted to get Warren,
You could do Hertz and Devonta.
Yeah,
and then scroll at tight end.
Sure. That works.
Yeah.
Or you could do your Flowers correlation that you were talking about, Nez, where you play Henry and Flowers without Lamar.
Let's do Hurts and Devontae.
Okay.
And honestly, I'd probably just like vote for a double stack.
To go Goddard, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be unique enough.
All right, so we have Hertz CMC, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith. Yeah.
Goddard double and call it? Or you like the Warren? If Warren comes, you just take Warren.
If Warren comes, let's take him. Otherwise, I'm good with Goddard. What do you guys think? Oh,
Yeah.
we get sniped on Goddard. All right.
That's nuts. Darn.
Dude, look, I'm telling you, look at this. Higgins goes, Goddard goes, Kincaid goes, but this is a good team. Hurts, Devontae, Chase, Henry, CMC, and Warren here. All right. Let's do a Dawg Bowl, fellas.
Let's do it.
2 more.
Hey, there's oh shit, I forgot I'm supposed to go in.
Oh my god. What screen do you have up whenever we stream together?
When we're talking? Nothing. I just look at your guys' faces.
You don't see private messages. Like...
No.
Oh man, I love it. It's fine. You can be the devil in my ear that I try to ignore while I build out these teams.
I'll be I'm available for consulting.
Yeah.
Did Sam Olsen get the 101 here?
Yes,
he sure did.
Hey, look, Jonathan Taylor's the 101 in the 12 person.
It is. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. Sam Olsen, copper prices, crutches, Nez. Nez is in the 4. I'm in the 8. John was staring at our faces, got lost in our eyes, and didn't register. Hawkberg's in here. Chris is in here. We can give a little tease too. We just did a little call yesterday with the Underdog peeps talking about Dawg Bowl stuff. We're gonna have some fun stuff planned for you guys, getting excited about that. And for people who aren't able to come and don't qualify, we're gonna have lots of content for you guys to be able to enjoy over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the most content laden one we've had yet, which is awesome for those not experiencing it. But that's not a bull case for not wanting to experience it. You guys keep trying to get here because it's going to be awesome. They've had we've said this a couple times now, progressively ramped up the experience. This one, like just on paper, even from like the PDF document that we get now, like everything just keeps leveling up here. Production value, outside teams, locations. It's big time.
Yeah, it's they're definitely stepping their game up each year with these events. You even saw it at the NBA Dawg Bowl. You know, they continue to add kind of new touches and stuff to make these event experiences top notch.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nez just jamming the running backs, eh? The devil was telling you to take Jamar there and set up that.
I didn't even give the devil a chance to speak. I just had to quickly get this Derrick Henry pick out of the way so I can do it with a clear conscience.
That's one of those that Nez just starred Henry and walked back and was like, oops, I got him at 104.
I don't know if you remember the one who was that all of us on stream. There was a guy that we were in a draft with, and he was just like taking his picks so freaking fast.
Yes. Oh yeah. We were like, how did he have found a glitch?
Just spamming the left mouse button.
That was incredible. Cam Scattaboo over. How down bad is Saquon Barkley? He just got picked over by the creatine rookie Caucasian himself in a revenge game against his own team. Poor Barkley, but I will take it.
Love it.
I hadn't seen the clip of Scattaboo before until today whenever I was reading Karane's walkthrough that he was like breaking tackles 3 yards into the end zone. Like, he just like, doesn't know how to turn off like the switch at all.
He crossed the plane of the goal, could have pulled up, could have moved to the side, could have done anything, and instead he just bowls right through. He was like 3 or 4 yards past the goal line.
Yeah, I had not seen that until this morning, dude. Oh my god.
You want to circle back on our conversation about the it factor in life yesterday? Scatto Boys has the it factor. Like that guy never
might have too much of it.
We need a little less it, Cam.
Tone it down a little bit. I didn't see his role in I know he got fined for the concussion protocol stuff with Dart. I didn't know. Did he go in the tent too, like Dayball did?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, he got fined for that for some reason. Maybe just cuz. I don't know.
John, this will be the bit for this one, John. You have to in real time tell us who has the best team, which team you would want if you could choose. So obviously we're only through 2 rounds, but as it progresses, you can let us know here. All right, I am on the clock. Look at Cortland Sutton just staring at me. Be gone, Satan. Be gone. I'll take Breece Hall. I'll do it.
Well, Pete's officially out of the running here. No, I like the Breece pick. I like the Breece pick. I was just wondering which one of you would tug on my heartstrings and take Woody Marks in the last round, and that is no longer viable for Pete.
Well, luckily for you, I just wanted to give you something to do for this draft. I'm not actually interested in pandering to your tastes with my entry right now.
I'll tell you what, John, don't hold your breath for me either.
Here he comes.
Okay. There's the Dawg Bowl pairing.
Yes, sir. I feel good about that one.
So we got I start Barkley Hall, Nez goes Henry and Flowers. We're back around to the top 3 drafters here. Devontae Smith goes pick 22, which is actually probably a value relative to where his ADP is going to close. We just saw him going 13-14 in the 6-mans.
Yeah, for sure.
Still waiting on updated receiving yards on Devontae Smith. I'm very curious to see what that comes in at once that updates. Yeah.
Can I get my guess?
Yeah, Petradamus. Let's hear it.
I'm going to say it comes in at 78.5 receiving yards.
Kind of what I had in mind too.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I would have aimed. I think I would have guessed a little lower. I would have guessed 73.5.
What do you know what he was before, Nez?
I think 55.
Okay.
Oh, we do have a number. I'm seeing 75.
Okay. Split the difference between us.
Yep.
There you go. Wisdom of the OOTC crowds. Just if you are going to split the difference between inputs between John and I, just make sure if it has to do with mergers and acquisitions, you heavily weight my side of that and discount John's of it.
That's pretty good.
Okay, what am I doing here?
We see Judkins go. Sam Olsen goes Taylor, Hurts, and Judkins. Copper grabs Tyler Warren to go along with Chris Olave.
Holy shit. I just got tagged in something on the X machine here when I was going to check out a status report here that Matt Berkey's on with, oh my God.
He was on Pat McAfee all because of that clip. We pulled it up on Lulz, the old clip of him on Solve for Why talking about the Billups thing.
Yeah, like I saw the clip and I saw it being recycled yesterday, but that's crazy that he got the McAfee call from that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard Doug Polk's in the lab too, working on his videos here.
He had an emergency investigation video yesterday. I didn't watch it, but
let's see here. I am on the clock. I'm not going to do quarterback. I'm done at running back. Man, we're in the Waddle Pittman dig stuff already.
Set up your digs play.
You know what? I've actually done that in a Dawg Bowl already. I think I'm just going to grab Kittle. I still think I know tight end's super deep this week, but I do think I want to enjoy this week where there's still a discount on Kittle because I think in a normal week he's just like a fixture of a mid-second round.
Yes.
Pick. And maybe things are a little off coming back and Mac Jones and stuff, but I don't know. I still love me some Kittle.
I like it in a tight spread that if it does play tight, you're definitely going to see some more Kittle usage where like last week they were just kind of showing off at how successful they were at running the football. You definitely probably see some more Kittle usage, especially, another week removed off of the injury and everything. And you also factor in, if you want to, like the cast of like Juwan Jennings with broken ribs, even though he just had a nice game, and Kendrick Bourne, while he is best friends with Mac Jones, he is still Kendrick Bourne. So yeah, I agree with you, Pete. I was thinking the same thing. Like if it wasn't just for that 0, he would definitely be in the second round.
Yeah.
You know what would play really well off of him? Woody Marks bring back.
All right, let's see here. I might have a vision for a play.
I love it.
I might
The
have a
concept
vision for a play.
of an idea.
Yes. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna grab Daniel Jones here. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab Daniel Jones first.
I thought you were going Jackson Dart.
The thing is yeah, you can do Jackson without Wandale, but I don't know if he was coming back.
Nezzy boy,
So
what are you setting up over here?
Thinking.
Nobody really talked about Dak because he was kind of in that like no man's land of like the quarterback. Like he's not a scroll, but he's not 100% owned. Could probably be like 90 on the week or whatever in the 6 persons. Like, I don't know. It's just people off the fact that he low key could be like MVP runner up right now and he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that he falls this far.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll fall back to me because I think Crutches would take him naked and Copper probably would too. So yeah, let me just take him here with this Pickens selection, which like for sure requires, maybe not for sure, but like strongly encourages a Dak stack with old George Pickens there. Jesus.
Can I? I'll give a little sneak preview to the pick'em we're gonna build here in a few minutes, but it's gonna involve George Pickens from my end, guys. I got an angle.
Ooh.
Angle.
I hope it's positive.
It is. I'm sliding his fantasy points down to 3. Dalton Schultz there goes here. Quite a band on the Dalton Schultz ADP in these 12 persons.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
because I need some pick'ems, dude. I need to be more specific. I can do pick'ems. I can provide you guys hundreds of pick'ems. I need a fucking winner. Is what I need.
The core returns, man, this week.
We got to.
Many are saying.
Nez, please tell me we're not doing Tony Pollard lower.
Can we just admit that I'm just running poor on those? God, dude. Unbelievable. Like all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, like we don't want to use the Tajay Spears and the Tajay Spears rule. Come on. How does that make sense?
I know. We need the Terry Rozier special. Yeah, we need something.
Jesus. All right, let's see. I need to lock in here.
Lock in, Nez.
All right. I keep going back to this Ramondre Stevenson stuff, man.
Yeah.
Something just tells me.
Patriots.
Yeah, just like something tells me that this is the move.
There was a bullish Coach Speak Index one on him too, like just retaining the role and whatnot after last week.
Yeah, man. What did he get? 18 carries in that game?
Yep.
And like ran well. That was as well as I've ever seen him run against like what I thought was his toughest run defense in like a minute. And he ran well.
I swear to God, Archie, don't do it to me, brother. Don't do it. I already have my pick in the queue. All right. He took a ruled out Nico Collins. I thought I put it in the queue. I want Alec Pierce here. Give me Daniel Jones to Alec Pierce.
Ooh, I mean, there's your speed up game environment. There's your discount version of Franklin and your discount version of Bateman and like those guys.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm a big fan of that, man. This game can go a lot of different ways, I think, and they could just kind of like, hang on the rim on them with like an Alec Pierce deep ball for sure.
Dude, there's some weird builds in here. Mason Taylor, Dallas Goedert, double tight end from Daddy 34. I won't comment on it. Otherwise, he might make me his daddy. Double tight end. John, do you have any updated votes as far as your favorite team in here? Is it the Woody Marks to Copper out of the two?
We'll see how he lands that plane. I'm not opposed to it. Who's got that? I like beside Nez, the 5-hole right now. That guy's cooking. What's the screen name there?
5-hole is Garrick Toll something. Chase, Adunze, Swift, Shaheed, Caleb. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, that's kind of holy. People don't really think about doing the running back wide receiver stack alongside a dude like Caleb. Maybe it limits ceiling, but on a 10 gamer with like only like 5 or 6 games that you want to like super stack, or sorry, isolated teams that you want to super stack, that might be a contrarian one of that variety.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I love that game, man.
Look at the onslaught from Hawkberg. Game onslaught.
Oh, yeah. Every piece Penix to London with the HN Waddle. Oh, and Pitts and HN Waddle bring back, and then a one-off Diggs.
That's
we
cool.
Also see, yeah, I like that. And then Chris did Allen in round 1, and then the Shakir Keon Coleman late, which is cool.
I like that a lot.
This was the vision that I had for this, and I'm glad I was able to pull it off. Pass on Pittman, grab dimes, and backdoor stack him with Pearson Downs.
Yeah, fun build there, Pete. Like this draft brings me all the way full circle to one of the points we made off the top there, that like it does feel like a concentration in isolation for like one game environment, like rising tide lifts all ships, because it's so hard to pinpoint a good WR2 play in the 12s.
Yeah. And you know what's nice? You look at the winning lineups in the Dawg Bowl. This is what's so fun about drafting a Dawg Bowl team. And you see like every week that Awin wins with like a player scoring 4 points in his lineup. And so I get to tell myself like, I can win this contest with one of these guys scoring 5 points. That's what Awin has shown me.
Yes, exactly.
Have we talked about Awin? Maybe I did on the portfolio review, just being a Saints merchant. Just it's only
he admitted it himself on the winner's circle too.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I like the Saints too.
That's the funniest thing there. I like the Saints.
Doing everything right.
That's good.
FBI needs to investigate the guy in the 7 slot.
For what? Having too much fun?
For liking Cam Scatabo? I mean, the only pick that's really weird is Scatabo over, but it's no, this is fine. Archie's fine. Archie's good people. He's cooking. All right, John, final votes. Did Kayshawn Booty land the plane for you with Drake May?
I did bring I think he's like kind of like playing the hits a little bit and pandering to the crowd. Like Copper Prices wants to be like, yo, I'm showing off a little bit. And this guy won a Dawg Bowl seat for someone else earlier in the season. And I took Woody Marks. Like, I love Copper. He's trying too hard in this one. I'm going with the dude beside Nez there. What did we call him?
Garrick Holy.
Garrick. Yeah. I'm going with Garrick on this one.
Yeah, but you decided you liked his team best when he took Chase. That's you had your mind made up for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't believe you just Copper Prices to pick me, man. That's crazy. I thought he was having some fun trying to get in your good graces, and you're just like, nah, dude, you're trying too hard. Got to play hard to get. Yeah, my team here, a little bit of a Ravens stack: Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, George Pickens to Dak Prescott, Ramondre Stevenson, and then Evan Ingram tying a bow on that Cowboy skinny.
There you go. And I went with the Barkley Hall up top, Kittle, and then backdoor stacked Indiana Jones with Alec Pierce, Josh Downs. This was all very intentional. We're gonna have the ship cast on Sunday. Our noted Colts fan, Jacob Sanderson, gets to watch his Colts in the late window. That's always one of the highlights of the Shipcast this year, is Jacob getting to sweat his Colts. And I just want Jacob to basically be my hype man as Alec Pierce and Josh Downs are catching long touchdown passes in this game. All right, guys, I think it's time for us to spice it up.
Pick'em, spicy margs.
Spicy mark.
Radioactive spice.
Let's spice it up, slop it up.
Slop it up.
I mean,
Slide? Just
permission to slide, Your Honor.
You sliders!
That's a 65X. That makes me feel good. All right, guys, we're going to get back in the winning column here. Where do you guys want to start for the core? Like I told you, I have mine. Nez,
Okay,
you want to kick us off?
No. Pete, you start because you have yours and we haven't started with you in a long time. So this is just going to new juju, new flow to the program.
Okay. All right. So like I said, we're going to go with Pickens. Something crazy here. So his longest reception number, and I swear to God, chat, do not front run us on this and have this changed or whatever. Just like let it breathe. Let us lock this up. 23.5. Do you guys know that he has cleared this longest reception in every single game this year except the first game? In the past few weeks, he's had 40 plus receptions in 3 of 40. What are you saying, John? You got something?
You brought the smoke today.
I'm looking at this 23.5, and it's funny too, because it's like his reception prop is 3.5 receptions, higher is 0.83x. If he catches 4 balls, it's basically, if he catches 4 balls, one of them is for more than 23.5. So you can get even money on it, as opposed to having to take the dock. I mean, Pickens, and then you can throw in like Lamb when he bounces outside, is Surtain on him. We get our generation's T. Higgins running opposite of Jamar Chase getting chased by Surtain. I like the Pickens stuff a lot this week.
Like it.
That's awesome. I love the data behind it as well. That's getting me amped.
All right. What do you guys got?
Nez, you got one?
Yeah, I'm going lower on Jalen Waddle here. I like the lower on his fantasy points in this one at 11.35. Just not a lot of confidence right now for me in the Dolphins. They're a total wreck, man. They're a mess. Atlanta's been pretty stingy in the air as well, low key, at home as well as Atlanta. So yeah, I was eyeing this one up for a while.
I like it. John, what do you got for us?
I don't know. Call this an emotional hedge. Call this whatever you want to say it. Cortland Sutton higher on the receiving yards. This one is unabated sanctioned when I ran it through the S words multiple times. So I'm trusting the tools. I'm trusting the plays this week. Let's go with it.
Okay. I can get on board with this. I can get on board. See, that's the funny thing about the Sutton is it is almost like more of a median play there. All right. We got some boosts in the lobby here. What do I got? I just got my 30%. Okay. What update did they just hit us with? Okay. I'm just making sure. All right. We're going to lock this in. We're locking in the core. The core is,
I'm killing myself with the doxing and exposure of the new YouTube names here. That Boner Brian, who I'm sure has been around forever and just been Brian or just been a friend of the show, is Boner Brian. And he goes, woo, let's lose some money.
That's great.
Boner Brian.
Placid Brian out here.
That's like I had on the bash yesterday. Garrett, and his Discord handle is just G Spot. I'm like just sending a guy named G Spot, and it's not. I don't think it's a coincidence that my Discord account literally got flagged during the bash. I got kicked out and put on like a scaled back version. I couldn't even send messages in the Deposit Kingdom thing, and it's like it's probably because I was sending random links to someone named G Spot, and they're like, "We need to shut this down for a few hours and let this dude cool off."
This dude's too horny.
Yeah. All right. There's the core, guys. We'll get the links going. But if you're building along at home, George Pickens, higher 23.5 longest receptions. Get a little correlation, which I actually like in the core there with Sutton, higher 58.5 receiving yards. And then Nez with the Jalen Waddle lower The fins aren't up. The fins are lower than 11.35. All right, we got time to build a couple other fun ones. You guys want to head to a game environment here?
Nez, I think both you and I we're thinking the same game environment here, but I want you to say it out loud to make sure.
I mean, I've been all over the Saints and Bucks game, so
let's do it.
if that's how we'd like to go, let's take it there.
All right, let's do it.
I think you're going to be better off, Pete, hitting the NFL button, collapsing all, and finding the game. Queries have still been like a bit of a nightmare. Just give it a second; it'll load.
Okay, look at
you.
Look at you you are just a pro pick'em lobby. Sure, you're like, give it a few seconds.
I'll be your host on this guide through the pick'em lobby.
Do you spend a good amount of time over here, Des? Or
what are you, my wife?
Nez is over there. He's like whipping up potions. He's like burning sage, and then he's like, and now the pickup lobby will display.
Pete, my wife literally did a tarot card reading on me and the Dawg Bowl yesterday.
Oh my god! Can you reveal some of the results?
I can if you want. What we found is more facts, less vibes, less tilting. Being removed from the outcomes. And then the big one was, when not drafting, don't dwell on it and be plugged into whatever it is you are being plugged into when you are not sitting at the computer drafting.
Did you get suspicious when one of the other ones was, you need to do the dishes more and can you start cleaning up after yourself? And you're like, wait, all of this advice seems to be
this will totally help your results.
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel good about it.
Yeah, this would have been an elite bit to record, Nez. You should consider that.
Listen, we can absolutely record another. She would love to.
Where do you want to start in this game?
Ooh, John, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Okay, let me throw out 3 feelers to you guys.
3?
Yeah, well, just you see if we're on similar wavelengths or if I'm the fish here. Okay. The Rachaad White reception stuff stands out to me. Missing wide receivers, just an evergreen play that we like to play quite frequently. I expect him to have all the receiving work, and I think it's game script agnostic. So that 3.5 is my favorite one, I think. And then the other 2 were fantasy points, one being Cade Otton. Just kind of gives you outs in multiple ways with a similar thesis. So those would be the 2 that I'll throw out to start.
I always am on board with the Rachaad White receptions.
Yep. I like that one. This game could be fast. They used him a lot, obviously, in the receiving game, so I'm cool with that.
I do feel like a slide on Shaheed makes sense.
Oh, dude. If you were playing Rashid Hires and you're not sliding it, like, you're just playing it wrong.
Yeah. What do you want to take him to, Nez?
Let's do 80.
Yeah, that's a 2.03. What else did you like in here, Nez?
I like Alvin Kamara hires. I think 13.5 rush attempts is like the best on him. With or without Vita Vea, just given that there's no Kendre Miller, like I don't think Alvin Kamara is leaving the field. So
I agree.
This is such a brand new situation that I don't think is really being fully accounted for.
Dude, it took multiple years and a coaching change for Kendre Miller to see the field. The vibes on Devin Neal throughout the preseason were like really bad. There was like nothing good said about him. I'm like completely with you on this one. I don't think Devin Neal, like, I would be surprised if he even gets like a couple carries, honestly.
Let's play this for fun right now. We're not gonna have to add it to it, but like if there is a goal line opportunity, like first and goal at the 2.
No.
Who do you guys think gets that attempt? Like I'm just asking. Like we're not gonna play it right now. I'm just asking. Does Alvin Kamara get the attempt or does Taysom Hill get the attempt?
I honestly think they're running like a little play action bootleg and Rattler's throwing it to Jawan Johnson in the end zone. I think that's like gonna be their line play. Are you leading us to the Taysom?
I'm not leading the witness in any regard. We're just talking about the game, and I just had to ask the question. But if we are considering, he's 1.59x for a touchdown.
Yeah. Do you guys think this? I think you can slide Ibuka. So, I mean, like 5.5 receptions seems pretty light for him. I feel like he's either really overvalued in Underdog or 5.5 receptions is light.
Yeah, he's one that's like really like so like I don't hate that given the situation here.
Yeah.
But like the volume hasn't ever really been his calling card. You know, it's just been like this dude just like runs hot as hell and is like uber efficient. But given the matchup here, I think it's okay.
Yeah, we don't have to do it. So right now we're at a 10.38 with Rashad White receptions. Shaheed slid to 80 receiving yards. Kamara over 13.5 rushing attempts. I think we probably like, I just want to see like, what does just like him receptions over gets you up to 18.9x. So we're flirting with a 20x with a 4-legger here at even money.
Yeah, do you guys like that better than the Tez, 9 targets last week might be a little bit more of the short yardage underneath guy and taking his 3.5 receptions and you're getting plus money?
I almost feel like I would just take Tez fantasy points and get that touchdown equity. He's at 7.55.
Glad you said fantasy points because that was my other third one there that I was talking about.
Tez fantasy points?
Yeah.
I like Tez fantasy points.
So you just adding Tez fantasy points to this takes it from an 18x to a 45x. Why don't we just toss in Tez's 7 points there?
Why not?
I don't know what you guys felt there, but perhaps was it moot?
What? Was it what?
Well, I felt it move when we added that.
Oh, did it move? I thought you said moot.
Oh, no.
Like, yes, it did move. No, it legitimately moved when I saw it go to 18 to 45, and I'm like, Tez, 7 points. That's what we call a free square. I mean,
nothing's ever gone wrong with that.
So, all right, we dropped that one in the game stack. Rashad White, higher reception. Shaheed catches enough to get him to 80 receiving yards. Kamara, 13.5 rushing attempts. Ibuka, 5.5 receptions. Tez Johnson, 7.55 fantasy points. That's light work for the sneaky game of the week.
I really like what you guys, what we just cooked up there. I like that.
Can I propose a Devontae Smith, Wan'Dale Robinson slide?
Okay. Yeah.
Permission granted.
All right. What do you think is the funner way to slide Devontae? Like take him up to 100 yards or get a little more frothy?
So what's 100 yards multiplier? Let's do the comparison.
100 yards is 1.4.
I eight catches.
Yeah, give me 8 catches. Yeah, I was about to say same thing, Nez. I'm scrolling over here too.
Take 8 catches there. Or I mean, even last week he was at 9. He's been at 8 multiple times. 8 feels like a nice number for him.
Yes, extremely reasonable given the situation.
Guys, I have a Max Payne confession from last week there. We did get the Devonta Smith and Addison scroll like this same thesis right last week. And it was that fucking Saquon Barkley that I led us astray on.
Yeah, but that's not, we're absolutely not pinning that on you. That's, we're not blaming the victim here.
No.
I mean, he threw for like almost 300 yards and we can't get one dump off to my guy Saquon. What's going on here?
I know.
What do you guys like more at comparable price? 8 receptions or 90 yards for Wan'Dale Robinson? 8 receptions or 90 yards, both around 2.5.
I think I'm going to say receptions because I think the Slayton field stretching role kind of like cannibalizes some of those seam shot routes that we were seeing earlier. And he's more of like the volume guy, and Jalen Carter in this matchup, maybe getting a little pressure, get the ball out quickly kind of vibes.
I think I lean yards, but Nez, you want to be tiebreaker?
I lean yards as well.
Yeah. I think the only thing for me, John, on it is just the way Dart has been hitting too. I feel like maybe the volume might be a little lower, and his downfield role has been good. Like past 2 games, 6 for 95, 6 for 84. I kind of like letting him have a chance to get a downfield play.
Sounds good.
Is that enough to make a move, or should we add something else to this? This is just a clean 10.5 on Devonta, 8 receptions, Wan'Dale 90 yards. You want to add like a Goddard touchdown to this or a Hurts rushing touchdown?
Let's see what it does to it. How about that?
Goddard's 1.13.
Take her.
Hertz is 0.84. Get out of here.
Gross.
Goddard at plus money with no AJB. That takes it up to a clean 20.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. That's game environment.
All right.
Yeah, that's a $25 half uniter there. There you go.
Keep your eyes on your own paper, John, and don't talk about my unit size.
We're just talking about making it move. I got to tap into the unit size.
Once we ship a BR, we can up my unit size, but we've been scaling it down. All right. What
private chat, please, Pete?
Of course.
All right, Des, do you have any other angles here?
I think we could just. What were you gonna say, John?
Nope.
I have another like sick, like just 2-pair slider.
Cook.
So it would be the Alec Pierce and Alec Iominor with no Calvin Ridley this week. Then garbage time. Those guys getting up there with some big plays.
Longest reception slide or what?
Yeah, what do you think? Alec Pierce. So, okay, it'd be like 35-yard receptions, 2x, or you could take him to like 70 yards. I think I prefer yards for Pierce, right?
Yep.
And then what kind of goodness are we getting from Io Maynor here?
Ooh, good Canadian kid.
You could slide him to 79 to 79, or maybe that's a little too much. 69. 69 is for each of these guys is a 20x. Just each of these guys. I mean, that's not even that crazy.
That's great.
No,
Mathology's about to appear out of nowhere in the chat after this one.
That's a fun one.
Justin, thank you for the super chat, my
Let's go, man.
Very nice of you guys. Happy Friday. Beer on me. You love to hear it.
Justin, that's a way better gift than putting the funds on the 19-leg pick'em.
Oh yeah, how did that one go last week for you guys?
Not great, Bob.
But we had fun doing it.
We sure did.
Yeah. Imwald says tarot cards for my wife said to scale down the unit size. Mysterious.
She did. One thing that I did not say was it's like a little bit of less is more, and I was like,
wait a second.
Yeah.
Dude, that is honestly like a good sketch bit, is just your wife just giving you all the things she actually wants you to do with your gambling and drafting habits through the veil of a tarot card reading.
Of the cards.
Yeah.
Eight of Swords reversed says, withdraw your money.
It says, don't go all in on Breece Hall and DeBomb. I don't even know what that means. Okay. You guys got enough. I've been I just hogged there with the Indiana Tennessee one. What do you guys want?
I want to do Zay Flowers. I think we can just kind of do a little hodgepodge and mix and match, but like let's figure out a way to capitalize on Zay Flowers, and I think it's the century mark, to be honest.
I dig it.
Lamar coming back. This team needs a win so badly. And man, the Chicago secondary is so banged up. This is Zay Flowers week for sure. So just a clean 2x 100-yard receiving pick them there for Zay.
I like it. I also think, I know I'm obsessed with these little minis, but I do like Rome on the other side is fun too, just the way he can hit with the big plays.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that. I like that too. Because like if Rome is hitting big, we know it's like through big plays and through yardage. So let's see here. Longest receptions 22.5. I'm probably good on messing with that. Let's just do like receiving yards.
Yeah. So if you take them both to a century mark, it's a 13.6.
Okay. I like it.
You want to just lock that in, little cheeky?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm chefing, boys. I like what you're cooking right now, but I'm chefing.
Okay, let's hear it, John.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm almost done. This is to answer the chat's question here for a hoops one for this evening. And it is going to be, oh yeah. Theo is down. Okay, we got I don't have a 30%er to add to this, but trying to type in the. Okay, there we go. All right, we're solid here. This is going to be, you guys are going to look at this and you're going to be like, who the hell are these basketball players? But
this is an NBA one? Oh, yeah, someone was requesting an NBA pick'em here.
Yeah, that's why I cooked it up there. That is unabated projections just came out, and these are some absolute dumpster dive plays. I just sent it to you in the private chat.
Okay, Josh Minot, Chris Bucher, Cole Anthony, Blake Wesley, Chris Murray, 5 picks here.
Jesus Christ.
19.7x here. I'm not going to get any sweat equity out of this. So per my wife's tarot card reading, I'm scaling down my unit size on NBA bets with no sweat equity.
These are all of, so the projections just came out. There's some moving pieces to go alongside this, kind of like from a thought process standpoint without like KPJ tonight and that sort of thing. But yeah, this is the yeah, exactly. So we're going with unabated on this one.
All right, there you go. This is kind of fun too. This is why I got to end the stream before the chat gives us too many good ideas. Swift rush yard slide to 100 yards is 5.1x. Is that true?
Don't they know he just did this in back-to-back games?
Let's do that. Let's do that with Zay again.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I
might run that one again with Goddard touchdown as well.
You like that Goddard touchdown?
Yeah, I like the.
Wait,
the
what about? Man, this is too spicy. But Loveland TD.
Ooh.
What is it? 159?
Yeah, is that high enough, Nez?
I'll answer your question for you. No.
I mean,
you probably just play his receiving yards or receptions. 3.5 receptions.
Okay.
See, look at this, dude. This is nuts. So when you're at the 27x here for like Swift 100, Zay 100, and you just add Colston Loveland to go over 3.5 receptions, it takes it to 100x.
Jesus.
Whoa.
How does one pick go from 27x to 104x?
I wouldn't ask too many questions.
I'm not gonna ask questions. I'm locking that in. I guess I'm just not good enough at math to know that one. Also, Justin goes, my wife goes, who the fuck are the Badge Bros with a 1999 super chat? She's going to say, what the fuck were you doing when she looks at your credit card statement with these super chats, my man? Thank you. But please don't end up on the couch tonight. All right, John, let me private chat you this.
Yes, thank you.
Dude, that one, this makes it move. This makes it move here. DeAndre Swift crazy. Higher than 99.5. Zay higher 99.5. Colston Loveland, a measly 4 receptions.
Wow.
Sure.
Sign me up. All right.
Beauty.
All right, guys. This is going to be it for now. Nez, what's the lowdown on nose strip?
Yeah, it'll be tomorrow. Looks like we're going to be in the clear and should have Dawg Bowls to draft, which is nice, but no availability for me tonight by the sounds of it. So yeah, tomorrow night, Dawg Bowls and another BS and whatnot. So yeah, hang out. Badge Bros members only.
Yes. Become a member on the Badge Bros channel. You guys will get all kinds of additional members only shows, including some of these hoops breakdowns coming up. After Dark for me tomorrow as well. I'm super excited about the show. I'm having Glenn, who is the man behind the Solver, on. He's also just been absolutely destroying on Underdog this year. Yes. He also told me he's pulling some data he's been looking at as well, and is going to share that on After Dark. And I'm going to pick his brain about like how he's using the tool, how much ball knowing he's using versus, kind of trusting the tools recommendations, et cetera, et cetera. So very excited to talk to Glenn, who has quickly become one of the best players on the site, tomorrow on After Dark. And then I'll be back for the cram Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Badge Bros channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this one as well. Have a great Friday. Enjoy the weekend. We'll catch you on those various shows and see you at the top of the leaderboard. For John, for Nez, I'm Pete. We'll see you guys next time.